All right, let's dive into this one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, everyone's heard of this book. Or
Yeah, it's a classic.
it really is. And for this deep dive, we're going to break down why, like, what makes it so impactful?
Okay.
What are the key takeaways? And it's kind of interesting how it's written like a conversation.
Yeah, it's very approachable,
Like, almost like how we're talking now.
Exactly, yeah.
One of the things that really jumps out is how Kiyosaki, like, totally challenges how we think about assets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you ready to rethink what you call an asset?
Yeah, he really turns that traditional idea of, like, assets and liabilities on its head.
Yeah.
One of the most important takeaways is that wealthy people, they focus on building up assets.
Right.
Things that put money into their pockets.
Into.
But a lot of people get caught in this trap of liabilities.
Yeah.
Things that just constantly drain their bank accounts.
Oh, yeah. And this is where it gets really mind-bending. He says, your house, the one you're living in, might actually be a liability.
Right.
I can already hear people like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's a bold statement for sure.
It is bold.
His argument is that if your house is costing you money every month,
right,
but it's not generating any income, then it's not really helping you build wealth.
Okay, so then it's more like a money pit.
Yeah, kind of in that sense.
Okay, I see what you mean. But wouldn't a house also, provide value?
Of course, yeah.
Like through shelter and like maybe even go up in value over time?
That's a great point. And Kiyosaki, he does acknowledge that a house can appreciate.
Right.
And, build equity.
Yeah.
But he really emphasizes looking at the whole financial picture.
Okay.
So if your primary residence, like if that's eating up a huge chunk of your income each month.
Yeah.
And that's preventing you from investing in things that will generate income,
Yeah.
then it might be holding you back from reaching your full potential.
Oh, okay. So it's not as simple as just saying like all houses are liabilities.
Exactly.
It's like it depends on the context and how it fits into your overall financial strategy.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now you think about a rental property.
Yeah.
In Kiyosaki's world, that's a prime example of an asset.
Oh,
because it generates income.
So you've got tenants paying rent, which covers the expenses.
Yeah.
And then ideally puts money back in your pocket every month.
Exactly, yeah. And that's just one example.
Okay. Yeah.
Kiyosaki talks about different types of assets.
Yeah.
From businesses to stocks and bonds.
Okay, yeah.
Each one has its own way of generating income.
So it's like this deep dive is encouraging us to kind of shift our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just thinking about what we want to buy, we should be asking, will this put money in my pocket?
Exactly, yeah.
Or take it out. Like, is this an asset or is this a liability?
Yeah, that's a powerful question to ask yourself before any big purchase.
For sure.
And Kiyosaki emphasizes that financial education is just crucial for, making smart decisions about acquiring assets.
Mm.
He's pretty critical of traditional schooling.
Oh, interesting.
Arguing that it doesn't, equip us with the tools we really need to understand money and build wealth.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's like he's saying formal education is important, but it often misses the mark when it comes to like personal finance.
Absolutely. He believes that schools, they often focus on preparing us for jobs.
Right.
Not, financial independence. We learn how to work for money, but not necessarily how to make money work for us.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like rich dad, poor dad is kind of stepping in and being like, here's the crash course in financial literacy, filling in those gaps.
Yeah, the book really emphasizes the need to be proactive about your financial education.
Yeah.
It's not just about, budgeting and saving money.
Right.
It's understanding how money works.
Yeah.
How to invest it, how to build that long-term wealth.
Like becoming financially savvy.
Taking control of your own destiny.
Yeah, and you're already taking a big step in that direction.
Oh, how so?
Just by listening to this deep dive.
Oh, okay.
You're actively seeking out knowledge.
Right.
Which is like a key principle in the book.
Okay.
And the great thing is there are so many incredible resources these days.
Right.
We're not limited to just books anymore.
Yeah, it's amazing how much is out there.
Oh, totally.
Like online courses, podcasts, blogs, apps, like everything.
Yeah, but as Kiyosaki points out, it's not enough to just, absorb the information.
Right.
We need to put that knowledge into action.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's where the rubber meets the road.
Like take what you learned and apply it.
Exactly. So let's dive into some actionable steps here.
Okay.
One of the most, I think, compelling concepts in Rich Dad, Poor Dad
Yeah.
is this idea of passive income.
Kiyosaki emphasizes building income streams
Yeah.
that work for you,
Right.
even when you're not actively working.
Oh, okay. So it's like that classic image of like earning money while you sleep.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing, but like, how does that actually work?
So Kiyosaki explains,
Yeah.
building passive income often involves investing in assets that generate cash flow.
Okay.
Without you having to like constantly put in effort.
Right.
Real estate is a common example.
Okay, yeah. So if you have a rental property,
Yeah.
the rent payments like come in.
Mm-hmm.
They cover expenses, ideally put money back in your pocket every month.
Exactly. But it's not just, limited to real estate.
Okay.
There are a bunch of other ways to generate passive income.
Okay.
From dividend-paying stocks.
Oh, hold on. Can we back up for a sec?
Sure.
Can you explain what those are?
Yeah.
I think some of our listeners might not be familiar with that term.
Of course. So when you buy a share of a dividend-paying stock,
Yeah.
you essentially become a part owner
Okay.
of that company.
Okay.
And as a shareholder, you're entitled to a portion of the company's profits,
Oh, okay.
which are distributed as dividends.
So it's like getting like a little bonus payment from the companies you've invested in.
Precisely. Now, building these passive income streams takes time and effort.
Yeah.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Right. Yeah.
But Kiyosaki really emphasizes that even small steps
Yeah.
can make a big difference over time.
It's like starting somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just, a small amount every month, or even a side hustle
Exactly.
that eventually leads to passive income.
It's about shifting your mindset
Okay.
from trading your time for money
Right.
to building systems that generate income for you.
Yeah, for sure. And, one thing that I think often holds us back when we're thinking about, building our financial future is fear.
Absolutely.
The fear of failure.
Yeah.
Fear of making the wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of losing money.
Kiyosaki addresses that directly in the book.
Okay.
He acknowledges that fear is a natural emotion,
Yeah.
but he also emphasizes not letting fear paralyze us.
Right.
It's about recognizing that fear is often rooted in a lack of knowledge or understanding.
Okay.
The more we learn about money,
Mm-hmm.
the more we understand how it works,
Yeah.
the more confident we become
Right.
in making financial decisions.
And here's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
Kiyosaki, he actually encourages us to embrace failure. Like, as part of the learning process.
Yeah.
Now, I know some of our listeners are out there thinking, wait, did he just say embrace failure?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the opposite of what we're supposed to do?
It's counterintuitive for sure, but he makes the point that even the most successful investors and entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
they've experienced setbacks and failures along the way.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey.
So it's like viewing those failures not as the end,
Right.
but like a learning opportunity. Like, what went wrong? Okay, what can we do different?
Yeah.
And moving forward.
Yeah. You either win or you learn.
Right.
And the key is to not let those setbacks discourage us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kiyosaki reminds us that the path to financial freedom isn't always, a straight line.
Yeah.
It's about perseverance and resilience, willingness to learn and adapt along the way.
Right. So we've talked about like assets versus liabilities,
Mm-hmm.
the need for financial education,
Yeah.
power of passive income.
Right.
But, it's not all like practical strategies, right?
Right, yeah.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad really emphasizes the importance of like mindset as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it challenges us to really shift our thinking about money and wealth.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on scarcity and limitations, Kiyosaki encourages us to embrace this like abundance mindset.
Okay, so believing that like there are opportunities
Yeah.
to create wealth
Mm-hmm.
and that financial freedom is possible
Yeah, absolutely.
for anyone.
Yeah, and he really emphasizes the importance of taking ownership of our financial lives,
Right.
and not relying on others to make decisions for us.
Right, yeah.
It's about becoming financially literate and empowered.
Okay, so let's take a step back.
Yeah,
Big picture. We've covered a lot of ground here in Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
yeah.
What are like some of the core lessons that really stand out to you?
For me, it's the emphasis on building assets, not just income.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating sustainable wealth
Right.
through investments and ventures that generate cash flow.
Right, not just relying on a paycheck.
Exactly.
That shift in perspective, like from earning to owning
Mm-hmm.
is huge.
It is.
Like moving beyond trading your time for money
Yeah.
to creating systems that work for you.
Yeah. Another key takeaway is just the importance of continuous learning.
Oh, for sure.
Kiyosaki really stresses that, financial education is an ongoing process. This world of finance, it's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And we got to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like become lifelong learners when it comes to money.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
There's always something new to discover, new strategies.
And of course, there's that concept of conquering fear.
Yeah.
Embracing failure as part of the journey.
Right. Recognizing that setbacks are going to happen, but they don't define us.
Right. We can learn from our mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and use those to move forward.
And I think that's a really powerful message,
Yeah.
for anyone, whether they're just starting out
Mm-hmm.
or they're, well on their way.
Yeah. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It sparked a lot of conversations
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
Some praising its unconventional approach, others, offering critiques.
Right.
It's important to remember that, not every financial strategy is going to resonate with everyone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's about like taking what works for you and leaving behind what doesn't.
Yeah, the real value, I think, in this book is, it's in its ability to spark that critical thinking about money and really challenge, traditional notions of wealth building.
It encourages us to question those assumptions,
Yeah.
explore alternative paths.
Exactly.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
Okay. I like it.
Given what we've discussed about assets and liabilities, how might this new perspective, influence your approach
Yeah.
to major purchases in the future?
Like, will you look at that shiny new car or the latest gadget through that lens of like asset versus liability?
Exactly.
Will you ask yourself, will this put money in my pocket or drain it?
It's a powerful question to consider.
It is. And remember, this deep dive is just the beginning.
It is.
We encourage you to keep exploring these concepts, apply these lessons to your own life.
And above all,
Yeah.
take ownership of your financial future.
Because knowledge is power.
Right.
And when it comes to money,
Yeah.
that power can really transform your life.
That's so true. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you found it insightful, inspiring.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for financial freedom.